Today I thought we'd do a unique video that I haven't done with you guys before. We're going to be checking that colony right there, the one on the left. I could have gotten into them earlier this spring, but I just haven't yet. So I'm going to be going into a colony kind of blind with you guys and showing you my decision-making process based on what we find. Now already to start off with that, the activity that I've seen on the outside of the hive tells me that it's promising to what I find on the inside of the hive. Will it actually match up? A lot of times it does, but I admit, not every time. In fact, one of the hives over here didn't look like I thought it should or would, and so that sucked. But hopefully this one is a good one. They've got a good laying queen, plenty of food, and they're bringing in more, laying as a donkey. So hopefully they get plenty of brood, incoming nectar, strong population. Let's go ahead and light a smoker, break in and see. Stick around. Okay guys, smoking a little bit at the entrance. Let's go ahead and pop this quilting box off and see what we've got. So immediately as I smoke, I hear a lot of bees beginning to fan, and I feel a lot of warmth coming from the inside. So that's already a good thing. It means there's a decent population. And there's our indicator of that. Looking down between the frames, I can see capped honey all the way to the outside frame here. There's bees between every single frame, even these two right here, although there's less. So that's good. Now I can't do anything. I'm on the downhill side of this thing. I can't reach up into this colony. So I'm going to bring this box down for further inspection on a level where I can actually look inside. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. Yep. And now we can already tell that we've got at least 2 boxes of bees. This Illinois medium honey super and this one. Now I'm going to smoke these a little bit because they didn't have any direct smoke yet. Get them down in the box a little bit. I see capped honey in there. I see capped brood here, here, and here. I can already tell you these girls are queen right. They wouldn't have a population like this if they weren't. Let's come closer to this box and look in that one first. All right, outside frame, nothing much going on. Drawn comb, definitely. They can use that more immediately than bare foundation. This one's capped honey left over and some open nectar. The bees are working. There's a lot of young bees on this frame, I can tell, because of their fuzzy thoraxes. And although this side is drawn out with comb, they haven't put anything in that yet. Right here, we've got some capped brood, speckled with pollen in between. Ripped open some drone brood here, which means that they feel that they can invest into that form of reproduction, that aspect of it. Good solid brood on this side, cornered with honey stores. Again, a lot of capped brood here and here. So far I'm not seeing much eggs or larvae, and that tells me either the queen's working on some frames further over or she's working down in this second box. But maybe we'll find a frame of open brood here in a second. Yep, there we go. So this is crowned with capped brood here and here. And this was where the capped brood was. Now it's got eggs on the peripheral, and in the middle it's got older larvae. I've got drones walking around. Same deal with brood on this side, capped with newer stuff here, eggs and larvae. A lot of nice looking nurse bees on this frame. And this empty space here is speckled with eggs as well. This side also, it's got really, really young larvae. So they've got a queen. This next frame, capped brood, a lot of honey on this one. capped brood, a lot of honey. And I can see on the next frame, it's just capped honey. So we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of brood up top here. Let's put this together, put this back together, and look in the next box. I don't think that they're in the deep yet, but I could be wrong. Sometimes the bees, a lot of times the bees will surprise you. Sometimes it's not always like the best surprise. Got to space these nice and even enough. Okay, so a little bit of smoke there. Let's look at this next box. So what we're going to do first is just smoke them a little bit and then pop this box and see if they're down in the deep. All right, moving this aside. The bees are definitely down in there. Now I don't see any capped honey, don't see any brood. And because of the bees being mostly on the top bars, I suspect from what I've seen in the past, these bees are mostly down here cleaning up, getting ready for the colony to expand downward. So we're not going to get into that box today, but we will look at the box we just took off. And as we get into this box, there's something I just want to address. It's probably not really worth it, but every once in a while, being on YouTube in front of a lot of people, we get a lot of people that like to put a comment that just shows that they know what they're talking about and I don't. They wonder why. I promote not wearing protective gear. And in fact, I never promote that. Just because I don't wear it doesn't mean that I think you shouldn't. Let's put this somewhere it's not gonna fall. I wear gear according to my comfort level. I'm comfortable around bees. Once they sting me, I usually put something on. But that doesn't happen too often. I've got pretty docile bees. When I was in Florida, we had Africanized bees interbreed with our stuff. And you can guarantee I wore a veil and a jacket then quite a lot, like every day. This is primarily honey and pollen. This next frame is brood. And so if you guys ever see me not wearing stuff, that's because I'm comfortable. I like to think that an adult human being is smart enough to realize that these little girls have stingers and that you need to put gear on. And if assuming that you guys are smart is bad, that's on you. A lot of capped brood on that frame. Looks good though. Here's a nice frame of older larvae. Very, very nice looking. A lot of open brood. So the queen has been most active in this bottom honey super box. So we're more likely to find her. Now, since I put this box on top of the other one, the queen could pass from this box into that lower one while we're inspecting. And that would keep us from finding her. But I'm not looking for her. I'm just looking to see what they've got brood-wise. And they've got a lot. They've got, let's see, they had like 6 frames in the bottom. So far we're on frame number 4 of brood up in this box, and there's the queen right there. Moving up the frame there. She's a little slim, but she's plump enough. She's clearly a good queen with the brood I've seen. She's working her way through. I'm proud of her. So that's frame number 4 of brood up here. They've got one more at least. And it's mostly very young stuff, both sides. And the next frame has a little bit of open nectar on it. So we're going to put this back together with, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 frames of brood. And they're going to be busting soon. And there's no signs of swarming. I didn't find any cells whatsoever. So they're not considering swarming at this time. And they also have a deep box here to move into, so their space is adequate for their population and incoming resources. All right, let's put this back together. There's been a bee crawling in my shirt for the last 5 minutes. She hasn't found her way out yet. So that's a good report. We verified they got plenty of food stored. They have plenty of food coming in. They've got the population density to do that. They've got a lot of brood because they feel that they can make that resource investment. They've got a queen working from frame to frame. She's looking good. No doubt within the next week to 10 days, she will likely crown her brood down into the deep here as they work back down. And then they will backfill all the brood up here with incoming nectar. And then in a little over a month, our first honey flow of the year will begin. So you see, I brought you in not knowing what I was going to find, kind of helped you see my assessment. We didn't have to make any decisions, except not making any decisions is making a decision. They didn't need any manipulation. They're doing fine. So I intervened almost as least or as little as I could. I didn't have to look through and count every frame of brood. Once I saw eggs and the quality of the brood, that could have been enough for me to go ahead and back out. But I did poke my nose in there a little bit longer. They'll recover from this disturbance pretty quickly. And now it's the next thing to do for me is to begin my oxalic acid vaporization treatments to get these mites knocked down even more. I've already fed Naroa, and I know that that's helped because of the way it works. So I appreciate you guys joining me today in my surprise assessment of this hive. I'm glad to see that it has a good report to give us. And don't forget, wear protective gear according to your own comfort level. And don't let anyone tell you that it's too much or too little. I'm Dr. Ouch.